Oh yeah, Charmander for the win. Just kidding, guys. These are just a couple of Kid Moto Dragons that I picked up a couple of days ago. Anyways, what's going on, guys? This is Smash Adams here, and today I'm going to kick off the new year with my 5th update on Chaos Dragons. It's the same variant like the last build that I had, only this time it's more synergy and speed based than just control based overall. I tried it out at a tournament that I participated in at a hangout spot that I go to a couple of days ago before the winter break ended, and it almost went undefeated had they not closed the library real early. So I'm going to show you the deck, explain the new features that I made for it, and let's get started. Of course, you got 3 Light Pulsar Dragons. Standard in any Chaos Dragon deck. You can't run less than 3. Well, you can try running 2, but my best bet, run 3 of these. Because if you're running less than that, well, good luck, because you're not going to get that far with less synergy in the deck. Next, we've got 2 Dark Flare. I decided to add the second one in because I figured it was more appropriate to add more dragon targets for Light Pulsar's effect. And plus, with 2 Eclipse Wyverns in my deck, you can easily fetch out JD or Red Eyes or Dark Arm, and you can perform some serious plays with the other dragons in your deck. Next, 1 Red MD, because it's Red Eyes. He's like one of the most powerful dragons in the game right now. I mean, you're not running this, well, then you're not running Chaos Dragons, right? But the minute you get him out, you pay 1,000 using JD's effect, using like Pulsar, it's game. 1 Dark Arm just to pop stuff. 2 JD. I just decided to keep those 2 in because running 2 is better than running more. Because think about it, say if you drew into it and you had a bunch of dead cards that you could spare for later. Yeah, I don't want to risk that. 2 Eclipse Wyverns, because I have a bunch of 7 or higher targets, dark and light. And they work really well with Collapse Serpent. Speaking of Collapse Serpent, I run 2. I remember running 3 the tournament that I was in, but I just decided to take 1 of each out and just run 2 of each because it was a lot faster, especially with the Lightsworns. And plus, in my opinion, you can benefit more from him than Wyburster. I mean, despite Wyvern Burster having strong defense, it's a no-brainer to run him and just use his effect more than Wyvern Burster. But that's just me. Anyway, 2 Wyvern Bursters. Basically, they fetch the opposite of each other. And overall, he's good for easy rank 4s. 1 Divine Dragon. I decided to add him in because you can easily recycle dragons that you need, and then you can get them back with this card. So say if you have like a dead spell, like Solar Recharge, and you used up all your Lightsworns and all, guess what? You can recycle that card, add the monster you want, and then possibly make a comeback. 1 BLS, because it's BLS. I'm glad they reprinted it because now it's not as ban-worthy because now you have to target face-up monsters to use the banish effect, which is fair. 2 Chaos Sorcerers. I'm glad they bumped this up a bit. So now Chaos decks have a chance of doing some serious damage. So if you can get a BLS, when in doubt, go for Chaos Sorcerer. Plus, you can easily go for rank 6s. 1 Gores, and 2 Trigodios. I managed to pick up a few more this week. And now for the Lightsworns, we've got 1 Garroth, because I do this mill a lot of Lightsworns, and since I have like 3 Luminas in there, it's a no-brainer really to just add them in, just for the heck of drawing. If you get the Lightsworns in your grave, that is. 1 Aaron, because it's Aaron. You can get rid of these crazy defense monsters that could activate. Well, they still activate, but the minute they go to the deck, your chances of pushing for close to game are almost there, pretty much. Like, it inadvertently helps you in situational plays, especially against defense monsters. Next, we've got 3 Luminas. I remember running 2, and I figured 3 was a little bit better. A lot of people said if I ran 3, I was pushing it, especially in Chaos Dragons, but I tried it out. It actually is a lot better running 3. And plus, you can easily set up your field to get a better advantage over the opponent. 1 Jane. I thought of adding 2, but I figured with the space, I'm just going to put that on hold until next time. 2 Lilas. I ran 3 in the tournament I was in, but I took 2 out just to see how it does speed-based. And, of course, the same explanation with 2 Raikos. You can't run... you don't run Raiko in this deck, well, good luck destroying stuff with other cards like spells and whatnot, because there's a reason why Ophion and Pandemic are out there. And unless they have Dress, they're not going to get over Raiko. That's the main reason I run him, along with other reasons. Next, we got 1 Plague Breeder. I decided to take a second one out because, yes, I can spare the second one for Allure of Darkness, but I figured 1 was better for just adding more speed and recycling more out of the deck, and then gaining more from the graveyard. Because what I realized is, in order to push for game, especially with JD and Light Pulsar, you need a lot of graveyard power, especially for this deck. Plus, I can easily go for easy level 8 synchros. 1 Honest, of course, because it's honest. And Zephyros, just to get some rank 4s in, even though I take 400 points of damage. Now for the spells. 1 Charge. 3 Solar Recharges, just because I need a lot of draw power in this deck. Never hurts to run 3. You can run 2, but for me, 3 is better. And then lastly, Allure of Darkness. Now for the side deck, I got 2 Effect Veilers. 3 is good, but for space, I wanted to add some other stuff. 2 DD Crow. 2 Caius. It's actually pretty good in this deck. 1 Dark Hole, just in case I want to wipe the field clean if I don't get JD in time. 3 MSTs. It's a no-brainer to run this because of back row hate this format. 2 Breakthrough Skill. I thought of adding a 3rd one, but I decided to add the Caiuses in and try them out first. I might take 1 Caius out for a Breakthrough Skill. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll see. And lastly, 3 Real Decrees. And now the final touch, the extra deck. 1 Black Roads to nuke shit. 1 Stardust. A Scrap Dragon. A Crimson Blader. And new edition, Void Ogre Dragon. Basically in order, this protects monsters from getting, or cards from getting destroyed. This pops stuff. This prevents summons 5 or higher, regardless of special summon or normal summon. It's basically an Ophion when you destroy a monster by battle. This basically negates spells or traps once per turn when you control no cards in your hand. And now we've got the rank 3s. 1 Zenmains, Levier, and Leviathan. I decided to add him in. I thought of adding a Mech-Equip Engineer, but I'm still trying to find the space for that too. I took the Psymuth out for a Queen Dragoonigen, and overall it works well. Now for the 4s, Lavalval Chain to dump stuff to the grave or add stuff to the top of the deck. Maestro, just to protect yourself a little bit. And Queen Dragoonigen, because you do have a lot of dragons, and it never hurts to play this card. And you can easily access it with Zephyros and all those other level 4s. And now, the only 5. 1 Humongosaur! Basically, pop a face-up monster on your opponent's field, deal damage. It's a burner, pretty much. And if you want to add Gaia Dragon into the extra deck and then push for game, go for it. But the only reason why I don't run Gaia Dragon is because, one, it kind of takes time, and I rely on speed for this deck. But Volcasaurus, it's definitely a no-brainer to run him as a good rank 5. Exobeetle, just for situational plays with face-up cards that are really getting in the way. 1 M7, just to resurrect dragons that I want, or heavy beaters that I want to my hand. He's basically a recruiter from stuff in the graveyard to add to the hand. And lastly, 1 Strike Bouncer. The reason, like I said, I only run the rank 6s and all that is because, 1, I want to have a control-based field, and 2, if I want to push for game and have enough to spare to just completely annihilate my opponent's field and possibly mess up my opponent's strategies in the long run, I'd say that's just great. But overall, this deck in particular, it's a lot better than the last build that I have. So, I don't know. I might keep the changes for this year, because so far it's working out great. And I might take this up to a local tournament pretty soon. So anyway, this has been my Chaos Dragon deck for the new year, and I'm out. See ya.